Hey everybody, I wanted to show you a little bit step by step how we did our first analysis in class, okay? So this is, I have SPSS opened here. There's a data file in the back, but it's fine for sitting here. I want to use this. But the first thing is I don't have the file downloaded. So for those who missed that, whatever, the exam one material is in here. I might rearrange this as we're going along, but here is our bills data, okay? It's saved as a CSV file, so we just want to download it. We don't want to open it. All right, so we're going to go download, and it should ask me where I want it, and I have a spot, so give me just a second. I'm going to save it just here. All right, just so I can find it. Okay. All right, so now it's there. All right, and now let's minimize that. All right, so now I'm in here, and see, once that got away, you can see it almost always opens this, okay? So if I don't want to use that, I want to use what's already there, which is fine. I'm just going to close that there. All right, so here, let me get out of the way. This is sort of opaque, weird. All right, so here, I'm going to open the file, and I want all files, but I need to get where I saved it. So let me see here. This PC, yeah, there's my magic drive. And now I'm in there with that. And so I say all files. And now it's the CSV file. So I'm just going to click there. It's going to put it there. And now I say open. Okay. So it's going to generate it. When you see this, it's a lot of this we'll just go through now. You'll see over time, to do this, but for now, just trust me. We don't want anything to match a predefined format. That becomes important at the end of this. So next, but the data that we downloaded is in a .csv file, which stands for comma delimited. And so we want to say delimited, and then it'll say comma tab. We'll get to that in a minute. The variable names in this file that I created are not included. The decimal system is a period, so just go next. In this, it's fine. You can just leave this exactly like it is and go next. Now here we have to say that it's delimited by a comma, okay? And that this V1 you'll see in a second when we hit here, it will say we have to name the variable name. So I'm just going to name it Bill's wins. If you want for this season 24 or something, it's fine. Whatever you want to name it. And then just say next. Okay. Would you like to save this? I do not want to do this at this time. We might do this later. So just say no for now. And we're not going to paste any syntax. So we're going to hit finish here. Okay. It's going to churn around a little bit. And now you're going to get this sort of output file that I don't want you to close. Leave it open. But you can either minimize it or just move it over. All right, so here's our file. All right, now we want to do something with this file. Okay, so the first thing to notice here is the type of variable this is. There's two views. There's a data view, and this is the data that we imported, which is actually the 23 guesses everyone made for the season of wins for the Bills. And then the variable view tells us we have Bills wins. It's a numeric variable, which is great. It's going to be width. We don't have any decimals. It says 0, and we can put 2 if we want. You'll see what happens, because why it's 0 right now is because it's a nominal variable. The measure is nominal. Nominal means it's categories. This is a scale. Okay, so now when you do that, if you see that there, you can say 2 decimal places if you want. Okay, all right. The number of decimal places is too large for the, okay, well, maybe it's the extra decimals. We'll just leave it like that. All right, so go back over here to data view, and now you'll see that this is a scale too. All right, so we're going to analyze, go get our descriptive statistics, and we're going to hit frequencies. Okay. So this is our variable. In the future, we may have lots of variables in one of these files, but right now we only have the one. So you want to click here that says display frequency tables and then move it over to here. Okay. Now we're going to make sure that stays clicked, and then you hit statistics. We want the mean, median, and mode because these are our measures of central tendency. And then we want some dispersion, which is how wide our distribution is. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So we'll do that and we'll say continue. Now I want to do a chart. I want to go down here and get histogram and then show the normal curve on top and say continue. Okay, now I have everything ready. I should say okay. It's going to pull that output file back up. Okay, and here we are. So you're going to see that here's our cases, here's everything like this. All right, so this is a file that is in SPSS format of output. Okay, so what we want to do is the first thing we want to do is we want to save this. Okay, and once it learns regularly where you want to save stuff, it will most of the time should just go there directly when you're sort of using that machine. And so it's going to be in the magic drive, and I'm going to say this is I'm not going to put my last name, but I asked you guys to label it with your last name. So it would be me, McMay, and then SPSS1. And then it's fine to say the .spv file. Okay, so just say save, and it's going to save it. While we're at it, we want to go back over here because this is actually, we should have saved this first. So let's go back here and do this, and we're going to call it the same thing. It's a good data practice to call everything sort of the same thing. And now we're going to save it as this. So get rid of this last part here. Okay. All right. And the file name is that. Otherwise, it'll write over it. But it's good. The save as type is a data file type. Or data is a data view type. All right. So we're going to say save. We don't need to encrypt it or anything. Okay. Now we've got these both saved. Now, if we go back to our output, we just want to look and see. This was attached. Usually these two files get attached. So when you save one, you save the other. They usually adjust themselves based on any name changes. So here this is. And now what I want you to do is we want to export this so that you can put it in the Dropbox. So here you go down here, you go down to export. Okay. You really want to export it. The easiest is to be a PDF. Okay. And if you're good at backing up and stuff, you can rename it the same thing, or you can rename it after you download it. So I'm going to put it McMay SPSS1 as the PDF file. All right. And then I'm going to say, okay. It's going to export it. Okay. There it is. Hopefully in that folder. Whoops. Hopefully in that folder. Okay. This isn't so good. Let me get back to the beginning. I want to get back to there's the SPSS. Oh, I wanted to see where my file is so that you can go in and put it in the Dropbox. All right. So go under our one of these we put a Dropbox. So oh, it's under assignments. So you'll want to go under course activities, assignments. I'll put a link to it over here. And we want to do SPSS1 as the assignment. And then put it in the Dropbox. It'll look different for you. All right, reach out with questions. I'm going to send an overview video to tell you how to find everything. And then this is the end of the actual assignment instructions.